competitive midfielder, combative midfielder, and you were an integral part of Joe Roll's famous Dogs of War. Do you ever find that description insulting in any way? And do you keep in contact with your fellow dogs, John Eppel and Barry Hall?
Yeah, I do keep in touch with see Barry when we do little functions around certain areas. I know he's a teacher now. He's an unusual one that he was a footballer and clever as well. So he runs I think it's a private school. I'm not sure what school it is, but the football team he looks after. Always do well. They're always in the local cup finals and national cup finals. John Ebrels, the under-8, he's actually the director at Tranmere Rovers for the youth, so he's in charge of all that, so he's doing really well there. But we keep in touch all the time. I know it was Joe Royle who actually mentioned it after the Derby game, our first game against Liverpool with Joe Royle's regime. We beat the Shite 2-0. We tackled a bag of crisps, we blew over, we were a dog of war, and he regretted it. But it's nice, we're talking about it now, so I wasn't bothered about it. People always talked about it, but at the time it's something Everton needed. We were down at the bottom getting relegated, and we need to fight for every single point, and me, Barry and John were that type of player, and luckily it worked, and we sort of went on at the end of that season and lucky enough to win the cup as well.
Fellow FA Cup winner Neville Southall is coming to this area later in the month. It's famous. He famously didn't attend his celebrations after we defeated Man United. After we defeated Man United. Where's Mike? After we defeated Man United in the cup final, what are your recollections of the big man, and did he miss a good party?
He didn't miss a good party. I never enjoyed it, and that's serious. You mentioned our chairman at the time, Johnson. He broke tradition, and all the players, the wives, and all dignitaries all went to the same party where years before all the players fired off to a separate hotel and obviously got bladdered and really enjoyed themselves. But we were sat at tables with people I've never met, and we had the brass band from the pitch at Wembley, which obviously I was not really excited. And then we had Bobby Davro as the starter. But honestly, God, I'd gone to bed at 12 o'clock. I didn't enjoy it. I know a few did, Duncan. There's a few stories from him, but that night was awful, and it took me off. I was on the table with Vinnie Samways, and I just had enough. But Big Neville, I'm always indebted to him because when I first went there, he took me under his wing, really looked after me. What a player. At one stage, he was the best keeper in the world, by no doubt he was. Changed character, I think goalkeepers are, but to be honest, I wish I'd gone back with him that night.
Joe, you started your career at Wigan and recently rejoined them as a youth coach. The Everton-Wigan connection has been very important of late, with Premier League's best left-back Leighton Baines having started his career there. Will he still be in blue come the 1st of September?
God, I hope so. He's probably our best player, most attacking, and we seem to get a lot from Leighton. He started at Wigan, come to Everton, and now by far he's the best England left back. He's well overtook Leighton. You said Carlton Cole then. Ashley Cole. He's well took over Ashley Cole. I think he's been better than Cole for a couple of years actually. But on the other hand, if I was David Moyes and I was at Man United and I had the money, one player I'd go and get would be Leighton Baines, unfortunately. As an Evertonian, I don't want him to go anywhere. But I think if I was a manager, someone else with a lot of money, I'd be looking at someone like Leighton Baines. So please, hopefully he'll stay with us and be a player of the season again.
And continuing the Wigan theme, who will be the most successful? David Moyes as a Man United manager or Roberto Martinez as an Everton manager?
That's a difficult one. I think they're both going to struggle in the way that if David Moyes does really well, it's going to be expected because he's got such a good team. Whereas he does bad, obviously it's because of Ferguson really that he's gone. And I think that could be the same here at Everton. Roberto is a great manager. He was our manager last year. He's a great man. He'll look after the club, make sure it's dealt with the right way. But David Moyes was such a great manager for us in the way that he stabilised our club and put us into a force in England again. So I think if Roberto does well, he's inherited a better team anyway, so it'll be taken for granted. And yet they'll probably jump on him if he doesn't do well. Please, I hope they give him as much time as he does need. We'll play better football, the club's in good hands, and hopefully he'll just kick us on. I think it was time for a change as well. David Moyes, I think it was brilliant. But I think, time for a bit of a change, and hopefully, because we still haven't won anything since I played, which is too long for Everton. So no matter how good David Moyes was, we need to start winning stuff.
Joe, you've spent a long time recently fundraising for great causes, and once again, you've given up your time free of charge to help Karina and Everton in the community today. Do you have any other major projects in the pipeline? Is there anything we can do to help?
Unfortunately, at the moment, no. I was due to do a charity bike ride tomorrow, Chester to Liverpool to Chester, but I was made up. It got cancelled. They haven't registered us at that time, so I was made up with that. No, a couple of years I went to Cuba. I did a charity event for Zoe's Place in Liverpool. I don't know if anyone's familiar. It's a children's hospice. It's an amazing place. I know Alder Hay gets all the plaudits, but Zoe's Place is fantastic as well. So we went around Cuba for just over a week, and it was an amazing event. I spoke to someone before, and I said it's probably the best thing I've ever done in my life. And he said, even better than the cup final. I say, yeah, because of how much money we raised, the people I met, and the camaraderie, and what we achieved, by biking around Cuba was amazing. But obviously we do stuff with Karina, and she knows me quite well, and I'm sure if anything happens in the future, things are a little bit quiet at the moment. I'd love any help off anybody, in the future.
And I suppose finally, I understand, but where's your cup final medal, and how often do you look at it?
I've not looked at it probably since the year I won it. When I did win it, I used to, I've got a big family and a lot of friends, and they were all looking at it, and it's in a blue case with gold leaf. All the gold leaf's gone off it now because everyone's touching it all the time. So I put it away in the bank, kept it safe, and I've took it out now, and my dad's got it, so I don't know where he's got it. It's somewhere in the house. Probably hid it with his money somewhere under a mattress, I'm not sure. But it is safe. It's something I'm so proud of doing. So many better players than me haven't won, cup finals.
No.
I'm so doing. So it's something I'm really proud of, and I just hope that Everton, start winning trophies again.
Well, that's me done. Is there anybody else want to ask a question? Anybody want to ask anything before we let Joe go? Yeah. Paula?
Where does your dad live?
Anybody else want to ask Joe anything? Come on, quick, it's your last chance. Yeah, Ben.
That's all me, I don't think. Joe, best player you played with?
No, not Preki. I just missed Preki, to be honest. The best one I played with, probably not technically the best, or we had to play with Kinchelskis and Limpar. We were phenomenal players in their own rights, but the way I like to play football and the way our team at the time played, the one I always loved playing with, or just in front, was Dave Watson. He epitomised the club. You knew where you stood with Dave. He looked after us on and off the pitch. Dave Watson was the best player I played with.
Anybody else? Quickly? Yeah, Mike?